Exodus 2. And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to wife a daughter of Levi. And the woman conceived, and bare a son. And when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months. And when she could no longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes, and daubed it with slime, and with pitch, and put the child therein. And she laid it in the flags by the river's brink. And his sister stood afar off, to wit what would be done to him. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the river's side. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it. And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him, and said, This is one of the Hebrews' children. Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, Shall I go and call thee a nurse of the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for thee? And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, Go. And the maid went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, Take this child away, and nurse it for me, and I will give thee thy wages. And the woman took the child, and nursed it. And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called his name Moses. And she said, Because I drew him out of the water.
All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing his word in truth and in sincerity across the 4 winds. In the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. All right, and what we're going to do today is continue on, all right, and finish out, the book of Esther, go into the 9th and 10th chapter, okay, which when you go into Esther, all right, it's an account, all right, dealing with our forefathers, all right, and our foremother, all right, Esther, and it's a lot, that we can draw, from this book, that we can apply to Salaki to today, dealing with our mindset, dealing with, fasting, dealing with obedience, okay, dealing with a faith booster, how the Lord always has his people to triumph, as we get to the 9th and 10th chapter, all right, you see how the Lord, is with his people to triumph over the enemies. Okay, and as we're coming into the time now, all right, where we're going to have the biggest triumph ever, the biggest victory, all right, that the earth has ever seen. Yahweh Bashem Al Shai is getting ready to outdo himself, okay, with how he's going to come through for the remnant of his people. Okay, so we can draw, a lot, from the book of Esther, dealing with Mordecai, and Esther, the main two characters. All right, which is a Israelite man and an Israelite woman. Okay, and we know that the Lord likens, Israel, to a tender and delicate woman. So there's a lot of spiritual, lessons and mindsets that we can get, from the book of Esther. Okay, and it relates to exactly the predicament we find ourselves in now. All right, and there's no coincidence that the main antagonist, okay, in the book of Esther is who? An Amalekite. Okay, because you look at the main antagonist for us as a people today, all right, is Amalek. Okay, the people that run, all right, the banking, the schools, all right, the culture, all right. Amalek is in the driver's seat of these things, all right. And as you can see, all these things have been used, as tools to destroy us as a people. Okay, it's been more covertly, over the last, 80, 60 years, going back to the 60s, until now, has been covert, secretive, systematic. All right, now he's finna get to the point to where he's gonna want to go overt. Okay, he's gonna want to reach out and touch Israelites. That's why you have a term called Jacob trouble, and a lot of our people going to get caught up in it because they didn't take advantage of the grace period. Okay, to come back. All right, to the good standings of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. All right, via the prophets teaching His word. Okay, so what I want to do before we get into, all right, the book of Esther 9 and 10, I want to go back, okay, because where did this all started? You go to the 3rd chapter, okay, this this strife, okay, this situation came about when Mordecai refused to bow, okay, and in the spirit, when we woke up to who we were, as we came back to our power, well, in the spirit, we were refusing to bow to the enchantments, all right, of Amalek, man. Okay, we refuse to bow, all right, to nigger culture, street culture, black culture, Christianity. You sisters, you few sisters that sincerely have repented. Okay, you're refusing to bow, all right, to feminism, hot girl summer. You're refusing to bow to those enchantments. You're making a stand. All right, Mordecai made a stand, and that began, all right, the wrath, okay, of Amalek, man. Okay, you see, and this is why we see this man is moving, all right, all wheels turning when it comes to trying to set up this NWO. Okay, so real quick, I want to get this account and just relate it in the spirit to what we're doing now, and then we'll jump into Esther 9 and 10, Albaratazar. All right. Esther 3 and 1. And it says, after these things did King Xerxes promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha, the Agagite, and advance him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him. Okay. So in this time, the Lord promoted Esau to have the highest authority in the earth. Okay. And who's at the at the head of Esau? Amalek. Okay. And all the king's servants that were in the king's gate bow and reverence Haman. All right, as you have, the world reverencing, Haman. Esau at this time. Like everyone is bowed down to this Edomite power structure. Some more than others. Okay, where everyone, pays this man some type of homage. Okay, now we see, according to prophecy, that nations are starting to buck up. Okay, but for the longest, this man, the earth has paid this man reverence. Okay, it says, for the king has so commanded concerning him, but Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence. Then the king's servants which were in the king's gate said unto Mordecai, why transgressest thou the king's commandment? Now it came to pass, when they spake daily unto him, and he hearkened not unto them, he was unmovable. Okay, which the scripture push us to be unmovable. Okay, now we are not out here protesting, okay, or doing marches, but in the spirit, we're unmovable against what this devil has. We're not paying these enchantments any reverence. Okay, when you go to Christianity, you are bowing yourself, okay, to that enchantment. Okay, when you live based off a doctrine or philosophy of Esau Edom, you're bowing, you're paying this man reverence. Okay, a nigga is just all right, a Jake that's constantly paying Esau reverence, man. That degenerate culture. You're paying reverence to Esau Edom. You're paying homage to this man. You're bowing down, okay, to what he wants for you. Okay, but in the spirit, we're making a stand. We're not bowing down to those things, those philosophies, those doctrines, those cultures that he gave us to destroy ourselves, man. Okay, and it says Mordecai's matters would stand, for he told them that he was a Jew, and then also us identifying who we are is very offensive to these devils. Okay, this is why we're getting the reaction that we're getting. Okay, because remember, they had no problem when we was calling ourselves niggas. All right, the women calling themselves hoes and bitches and hot girls, and you know, single parenthood was off the charts, and children were suffering, and gun violence. All right, no one responded to that. Okay, but as we began to call ourselves Israelites, we began to live with structure and wisdom. Now there's an outcry. Okay, now the earth is responding. You see, mainly Esau, Edom. Okay, so when you read verse 5, it says, and when Haman saw that Mordecai bowed not, nor did him reverence, then was Haman full of wrath. Then was Haman full of wrath. Okay, so we're going to go into now how, as we're making a stand in the spirit, this devil, all right, Amalek, okay, is full of wrath, man. And he's gearing up for that persecution, but we're going to triumph over that, man. Okay, so let's go here. When you go to the book of Ezekiel 37, and we'll start around the 6th chapter, the 6th verse. All right, Ezekiel 37, chapter 37, verse, start at 7. All right, and Ezekiel represents, the prophets calling out to our people in a dead state. Okay, as Ezekiel, was in the valley of dry bones, which this was America, man. Spiritual Egypt and Sodom, where the dead bodies, all right, lie in the street because we were spiritually dead. Okay, and Ezekiel represents the prophets in the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Al-Shai, okay, preaching, all right, to those dead bones, man. Okay, so when you go to Ezekiel 37 and 7, so I prophesied as I was commanded, and as I prophesied, there was a noise, and behold, a shaking, and the bones, all right, came together, bone to his bone. Okay, and what you start to see through this preaching is all the tribes being gathered to this word, as it says in Genesis, okay, 49, all right, to Shiloh, which is Yahweh Shai, that goes into tranquil, okay, which is another word for peace, all right. But until Yahweh Shai, the Prince of Peace, shall the gathering of the people be. So as we prophesy in the spirit of Yahweh Shai, because it's Yahweh Shai flowing through, all right, his sincere men. The prophets are vessels, all right, used for the spirit of Yahweh Shai, okay, to flow, okay, and awaken, all right, the hopeful elect. Okay, so what you're seeing is bone coming to bone. You're seeing the tribes come together, okay, and this word is gathering, man. Okay, as the scriptures say, matter of fact, let's get that in Baruch. Okay. Yeah, this lesson gonna be long as hell. Yeah, give you heads up, shit. So let's go to the book of Baruch. All right, chapter 4, verse 33. No, I'll jump down. Verse 37, get to the point. It says, Lo, all right, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away. They come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High. Okay? So, bone coming to bone, is our people being gathered by this word, the elect being gathered by this word. Okay? That body of Yahweh Shai is being united, which is the tribes, the house of David being raised up. That's the body of Yahweh Shai. Okay? Now, going on, all right, and it's all throughout the earth, mainly here in America, but throughout the earth, the body of Yahweh Shai, is being put together by this word, man, and it says, verse 8, it says, and when I beheld, lo, the sinews and the flesh came up upon them, and the skin covered them above, but there was no breath in them. Okay, so you have, us understanding who we are, but the breath didn't come yet. Okay, because you had the commandment keepers. You had our people who understood who they were. And they was what they call commandment keepers. Okay, but they didn't have the spirit yet. You see, the spirit wasn't there yet. Okay, and then you have Israelites that come to the understanding of who they are, and they never get the spirit. All right, and we seeing that on display now. Okay, but as you read on, all right, that remnant, it says, then said he unto me, prophesy unto the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus said the Lord power, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain that they may live. Okay, so as we're prophesying, there's a spirit that's entering into, all right, the hopeful elect. Okay, and it started with Elder Albert Bivens, because I say our people, before, all right, Elder Albert Bivens, there was men that knew that they was Israelites, but they was more on that, Judaism, type kick. All right. But as Elder Albert Bivens, the spirit was on him to go into Yahushua, okay, which that's John the Baptist. That's his lot. All right. Elder Albert Bivens was John the Baptist coming back. Okay, so that's his lot to be that forerunner to kick this thing off in the spirit. Okay. So as we're prophesying, through the internet, which is going out to the four winds, okay, that breath is starting to enter into the hopeful elect. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came into them, and they lived and stood up, all right, and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army. Now, let's go to this word, and it's a spiritual army, okay? Because we read in, we're going to read in the book of Esther 9 and 10, hey, the Lord gave Jake the green light to get busy, to get active, okay, carnally. But this military that the Lord, all right, has raised up is spiritual, okay, and it's resisting this devil in the spirit, because for the longest our people had no, there was our people had no resistance to this devil, okay. This devil was just able to enchant our people with no resistance, man. There wasn't a standard in the spirit that was lifted against this devil, but now there's a standard that has been risen in the spirit, okay, against the enchantments, okay, of Amalek, man, Esau, Edom, okay. So you go into this word stood, which is what? Ahmad in the Hebrew, Ahmad, and it says what? To stand, to remain. I want to jump down. All right, it says to make a stand, to hold one's ground. Okay, because for the longest we didn't have a defense in the spirit against this devil. Okay, because carnally, there's nothing we can do with this man. But in the spirit, there's nothing he can do with us. Okay, so the Lord has awakened a spiritual army. Okay, that's gonna that was gonna take a stand. See, he has risen up men that's gonna take a stand, that will be in the spirit, all right, of boldness, man, to take a stand against this devil, man, to deal with the bitterness and the sacrifice that it would take to stand against this devil, man. Okay, so as the prophets prophesy, all right, there's now there's a defense. Okay, now there's a stand being made, okay, against this devil, just like Mordecai took a stand against Haman. Okay, now you have, all right, a spiritual army of Israelites that's taking a stand, that's holding their ground against this devil, man. Okay, and what does it say? It says to arise, to appear, to come on the scene, to stand forth, to appear, to rise up or against. Okay, now this devil has to deal with spiritual opposition. Okay, because before then, there was no real spiritual opposition against this devil, man. Okay, and this is what makes us the biggest threat. Okay, this is why they're watching and trying to figure out what angle to take. Okay, because they don't have no answer, man. You see? So let's get another precept to prove, because the prophet will come on the scene, okay, and begin to tear down strongholds in the spirit. You see? When you go to the book of Daniel, chapter 12, all right, verse 10, matter of fact, 13, that's the point. Daniel 12 and 13, it says, but go thou thy way till the end be. Daniel would go back to the spiritual realm, all right, through death, okay? he was being told by the angel, okay, he was going to come back, okay, for thou shalt rest and stand in thy lot at the end of days, okay. When you go into Purim, it goes into lots, which is your portion. Each brother has their portion, their lot, and we come back standing in their portion, in their lot. Okay, Israel has a certain portion, a lot when it comes to the promises, man. And Esau has a lot. Okay, the son of perdition, the man of sin. Okay, so when you go into that word stand, it's the same word. You see, Ahmad. Okay, so it was going to come a time in the end where the Lord will raise up his men to take a stand, just as Mordecai took a stand, and he was unmovable. Okay, the men that are predestined to take a stand against this devil, not these clowns that we see out here. All right, on this madness, man, on this lewdness that you see these clowns on. Okay, but there's a remnant, okay, of the Lord's men that will come in the end and take a stand, okay, against the devil, man, against Esau, Edom, beginning with who? Amalek, man. Okay, and what reaction would that have? Because what it says, Mordecai was wroth. Okay, so you go to Revelation 12. I mean, not Mordecai, Haman. All right, his reaction to Mordecai taking a stand, he was wroth. Okay, he was angry. Okay, well, you go to Revelation 12. Okay, and in 12, it says, "Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil," okay, Esau, Edom, the deceiver, Diablos, the accuser, okay, because what did Haman do? He went and accused, okay, the Jews to Xerxes, man, okay. You see, and it says, "For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time." And this is him reacting to this word, because they're listening, man, and they know, all right, that what we're saying, all right, they see is happening in real time, and they know they only have two prophecies, all right, two major prophecies, man. Okay, World War III and the Sea Hip. Okay, and within the him enforcing the Sea Hip is going to be Jacob Trouble. Okay, so this devil knows he doesn't have 1,000 years to pull this off, man. That's why he's moving like he's moving. Okay, so what we're seeing is this man reacting to us taking a stand in the spirit, man. Because the elites, all right, the ones that control the earth, they're reacting to this, man. Okay, do you see how Trump moving and Elon? That's the elites reacting to what we're doing on the right hand side, man. Okay, this is spiritual war. You see, so let's go from there. So I just wanted to go into that. All right, now we can get into the lesson. Okay. Jay like, God damn, my lunch break over. Hey. It's the book of Esther chapter 9, verse 1. It says, "Now in the 12th month, that is the month Adar, and of the 13th day of the same, when the king's commandment and his decree drew near, all right, to be put in execution, okay, in the day that the enemies of the Jews hoped to have power over them, thought it said, though it was turned to the contrary, that the Jews had ruled over them, all right, they hated them." Okay, so now we're seeing a reversal in the narrative, because remember Mordecai, all right, and the Jews, okay, they was fasting, because it was a decree, okay, to exterminate them, you know. So the events, took place to where this narrative is turned around now, to where now the Jews have, all right, the authority to exterminate their enemies. Okay, so we see, a major change in narratives, man. And we're coming into the time where that's going to happen again. It's going to be a major change in the narrative, man. Okay? Matter of fact, let's get a few prophecies. Okay? Let's get this in Isaiah. Is it 41? All right. Isaiah 41. I started 8. It says, "But thou, Israel, art my servant, Jacob, whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham, my friend." Okay, you see, there's promises made to this lineage, man. They can't be broken. They're immutable. Okay, which means that it's unchangeable. You see, so the things that we went through as a people, all right, that doesn't disannul the promises made, all right, by the Heavenly Father. And see, Yahweh, okay, was a token, a sign from the Heavenly Father that those promises are going to stand. Okay, Yahweh was the one that brought us back to the negotiation table with the Most High. Okay, and these promises still going to stand. You see, and this is what these devils are trying to stop. This is what they want to overthrow. You can't say it enough. Esau has been given a tall task, man. Okay, you see, and it's amusing to the Most High to see this devil try to pull this off, man. That's why I say he that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh and have him in derision. Okay, Psalms 2. So you go back to Isaiah 41:9. It says, "Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth, and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away. Fear thou not, for I am with thee. Be not dismayed, for I am thy power. I will strengthen thee, yea, I will help thee, yea, I will uphold thee with the right hand of my righteousness," which is Yahweh Shai. Okay? You read the NLT, says, "I will hold you up with my victorious right hand," Yahweh Shai. Okay? Our victory is through Yahweh Shai. Okay? "Behold, all they that were incensed against thee shall be ashamed and confounded. They shall be as nothing, and they that strive with thee shall perish." Okay? Read this in read verse 11 in NLT. "See all your angry enemies lie there, confused and humiliated. Anyone who opposes you will die and come to nothing." And this is what we're getting ready to see. This is what we're seeing in the book of Esther, because Haman, all right, he didn't make it past chapter 7. You see? And now, all right, we're going to see what the Lord allows to happen to all the enemies, okay, of his chosen people, okay, in this chapter, man, in this time, the time of the Persians, man. Okay? I just wanted to get that. But so let's go back to the book of Esther, the 9th chapter. Okay? So you read Esther 9:2. It says, "The Jews gathered," and read this in NLT. I'll be back and forth. Okay, it said, "The Jews gathered in their cities throughout all the king's provinces to attack anyone who tried to harm them, but no one could make a stand against them, for everyone was afraid of them." All right, they couldn't stand, because the Lord can put the Lord when the Lord has His Spirit on on you. Okay, for prophecy's sake, no one can stand against what the Lord is doing in the earth. Okay. And it goes both ways, even, amongst the heathen. When it was time for the Babylonians to rise up and overtake the Assyrians, there's nothing that the Assyrians can do. It didn't matter about how many troops they had. Okay? It didn't matter how much wealth their kingdom had. That didn't matter. It was time for them to go according to the will of Yahweh Shema Shai. So it was nothing they can do with the Babylonians. Okay? When the Medo-Persian, when it was time for them to come into power, there was nothing the Babylonians could do against them. Okay? And as you see, when the Lord is dealing with his people, the Maccabees, okay, we're reading this account in Esther. Okay, the Passover, when the Lord wanted us to be freed, there was nothing Pharaoh could do. He couldn't stand, okay, against the will of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. Okay, when Joshua, you go back here, let's get this in Joshua. Okay, and see, this is what we're waiting on, man. I don't, Jake, boasting the guns, that's a weak, feeble, Jake boasting the guns. That's a low level mindset, you know. If you have a weapon, all right, registered, in the right way, it's cool. But nah, man, like the Lord can put a spirit on you, man, to make everyone in the earth tremble when no one can stand before you, man. You see, this what we should be on, man. This what we excel at, man. Damn Esau blessing, man. Okay, we have Yahweh Bashim Shai. Okay, well, you will get that as well. This Joshua 1. Okay, when you so this was told to Joshua. All right, this is Joshua 1 and 5. It says, "There shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life." So the Most High is telling Joshua, look, nobody gonna be able to do nothing with you. I'm with you. No army, I don't care how big these niggas is. Okay, how many spears and bows, how many mighty expert men of war they have. I don't care what the terrain look like. Look, they ain't gonna be able to do nothing with you because I'm with you. Okay? But it took faith because Joshua and Caleb showed that they believe. All right. And the Lord, this how the Lord operate when we have faith. When we have faith, it takes the ceiling off. Okay? Ain't no ceiling for us when we have faith in our power, man. Okay? So he's telling Joshua, there shall not any man be able to stand before thee all the days of thy life. As I was with Moses, so I will be with thee. I will not fail thee, nor forsake thee. Be strong and of a good courage, for unto this people shalt thou divide for an inheritance the land which I swear unto their fathers to give to them. Going back to those promises, man. Okay, and that land is still promised to us. That's our inheritance, and we're going to rule the earth through that land. And nothing that this devil Esau Edom is doing is going to hinder that. It's going to stop that, man. Okay, he's going to get ran through trying to stop it, man. He's going to get rolled over, man. Esau's going to get trampled by prophecy, man. Trying to stop prophecy, man. Okay. And it says, only be thou strong and very courageous, that thou mayest observe to do according to all the law which Moses my servant commanded thee. Turn not from it to the right hand nor to the left, that thou mayest prosper whithersoever thou goest, man. Okay, and as we, all right, have become obedient under Yahweh Shai, okay, the Lord is going to allow us to, he's allowing us to tap back into that type of power. Because this is power what we're doing now. Okay? All right? This is power to be able to dictate to this devil, the people that run the earth, what they're going to do, what's finna happen. And there's nothing they can do to stop it. That's the power of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai at work. And these devils subjugated to doing exactly what is written. Ain't no alternate plan that this devil got outside the sea hip. He gotta bring the MOTB. Okay, it got to be a world war. He can't do nothing outside of that, man. He got to persecute, all right, the men of the Lord. Okay, he got to bring Jacob trouble. He has to do all these things, man. He's subjugated to it. Okay, so all his wealth, okay, all his technology, but the Lord has him subjugated, all right, to men, okay, that are servants in His kingdom, man. And that's the Lord showcasing His power, man. Okay. That's a mighty work, man. Okay, so let's go back to the book of Esther. Okay, it says, "And all the nobles of the princes of the provinces," so like this is Esther 9 and 3 in the NLT. It says, "And all the nobles of the provinces, the highest officers, the governors, and the royal officials helped the Jews for fear of Mordecai." You see, so the Lord has, a spirit on Mordecai, okay, to where everyone's, all right, has a high reverence, and they know, like, no, it's a high power, their power working with them. Get in line, It says, "For Mordecai had been promoted in the king's palace, and his fame spread throughout all the provinces as he became more and more powerful. You see, and this is why there's nothing like being promoted by Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Okay? Trying to promote ourselves will be vain, man. No, the Lord, hey, the Lord way is much better, man. You know? Letting the Lord elevate us, man. All right, but you got Jake that want to be popular now. They want to be cute. Jake, and then Jake don't have no power. Jake just want to be popular, man. Okay? See, being popular and being renowned is two different things. When you're popular, you can just be known by a lot of people, all right, for folly. Okay, there's a lot of people on the internet that's popular for folly. Some type of dance competition, some type of spoof channel. Okay, some random moment that goes viral. There's a lot of people that are just popular, but they're not renowned. See, when you're renowned, you're popular because of your greatness, man. Okay, King David, there was renowned. King Solomon, Joseph, Daniel. Okay, Mordecai, these men were renowned. Okay, Judas Maccabees and his brothers. Okay, these men were renowned. Moses. Okay, but Jake want to be popular now. Instagram, following and fanboys. Okay, ratchet women. Groupies like that's Jake thing. That Jake get off on that, but that ain't hitting no shit, man. Okay, Mordecai is being renowned. He making the Lord using Mordecai to make real moves. And Mordecai didn't do this. He didn't start this to make no name for himself, man. Okay, he was trying to. His whole thing was to reserve his people from their wicked Edomite Haman, man. That was his whole thing, man. All right, he didn't embark on this to be popular and be cute. No, he wanted to reserve his people. Okay, and the Lord began to elevate Mordecai, man. All right, as you go to let's go here to Zephaniah. All right, this is the book of Zephaniah, chapter 3, and start at 16. It says, "In that day it shall be said to Jerusalem, Fear thou not, and to Zion, Let not thy hands be slack. The Lord thy power in the midst of thee is mighty." Okay, and we're seeing with Mordecai, the Lord is in the midst of what Mordecai is doing. Okay, that means he's favoring, all right, Mordecai, all right, and Israel at this time, all right, and their favor has come back now. Okay, you have to understand this ministry is through the favor, all right, of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, through his mercy and through his favor. Okay, he says he will save, he will rejoice over thee, he will rest in his love, he will joy over thee with singing. I will gather them that are sorrowful for the solemn assembly, who are of thee, to whom the reproach of it was a burden. Okay? You see? So we're being gathered by this word, okay, and comforted by this word, because as we understand, this reproach that we having to bear, the stigma that comes with being, a Jake in this society, we have to bear those things, man. We have to deal with that reproach. Okay, that's part of our punishment, man. Okay, but as we, start to think above, man, it's a vexation even just to be tied to the stigma of a nigga, man. You sister, you should be burdened that you have to be tied to the stigma of a nigga woman. Okay, verse 19 says, "Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee." As we see the Lord began to undo Haman and his plot and all right, the people in the realm, okay, of the Persian Empire that wanted to undo us as a people, man. Okay, the Lord finna do that again on a much grander scale. He finna start undoing. We finna see the Lord begin to undo, okay, this devil's wickedness, man, which, going back to us standing on our feet, they began the undoing of this devil. Okay, as the elect, started repenting and coming back. Well, there was an undoing of Esau's enchantments, man, because Esau wanted us all to be alphabet, okay, degenerate, serial killer niggas, YN, or hot girls. He wanted all of us to be on that time, okay, or some cooned out Christian, okay. He wanted all of us to be like that, man. So the remnant coming back is undoing, all right, these devil's workings, man. Okay, and we're going to see Yahweh Shema Shai constantly undo these things, man, until the time to where America's a desert. Okay, ain't no more beast system, and these devils are in chains, man. Okay, it says, "Behold, at that time I will undo all that afflict thee, and I will save her that halted, and gather her that was driven out, and I will get them praise and fame in every land where they had been put to shame." Okay, and now, all right, what we're seeing with Mordecai is Mordecai, is giving fame from on high. Okay, real fame and honor for righteousness, man. And that's what we're going to receive, man. That's why we don't need it from this world now. We don't expect it. We shouldn't even expect to be liked by the majority of the people in the earth, man. And we're not here to be liked by these people. And the feeling mutual, man. Okay? So we're not here to be liked by these people and praised and put on platforms and looked at in a certain light by these people. It don't matter. We don't care. We shouldn't give a damn about these people's opinion. Okay? These people are off. They're extremely wrong. They're rebelling against our power. Okay? Because it's going to come a time where all these opinions and emotions not going to matter, man. Okay? Opinions and emotions is not finna matter in the time to come, man. Okay? So, going back into it. All right? Going back into the book of Esther, chapter 9. All right? In verse 5, it says, "So the Jews went ahead on an appointed day and struck down their enemies with the sword. They killed and annihilated their enemies and did as they pleased with those who hated them. In the fortress of Susa itself, the Jews killed 500 men." So, hey, the Lord put the spirit on them to where they had their way. Okay? And then in that spirit, hey, it's coming back. All right? Hey, it's going to be a standard lifted. Okay? And that spirit going to be back in the earth, man. It says they also killed Pasha, Parshan, Datha, Dolphin, Aspatha, Paratha, Adaya, Aradada, Parmasatha, Arasha, and Arada, and Vazatha. The 10 sons of Haman, all right, son of Hamadah, the enemy of the Jews, but they did not take any plunder. That very day, when the king was informed of the number of people killed in the fortress Susa, he called for Queen Esther. So now the king is getting report of what's going on. Okay, and he summoned, Esther. All right, or a Hebrew name Hadassah. He said the Jews have killed 500 men in the fortress of Susa alone, as well as Haman's 10 sons. If they have done that here, what has happened in the rest of the provinces? But now, what more do you want? It will be granted to you. Tell me, and I will do it. So Xerxes is like, they've killed 500, just around the king's province, And he's like, look, so what they gonna do on the outskirts? Like, god damn, Jake getting busy. Okay, so he asked the queen, so what's next? What's on your mind? Pretty much. All right. Esther replied, "If it please the king, give the Jews in Susa permission to do again tomorrow as they have done today, and let the bodies of Haman's son be impaled on a pole," man. Our foremothers, they were cut different, man. They was cut different. You see, it wasn't squeamish and, like, Mordecai, you doing? Nah, she was like, look, let them do tomorrow what they did today, and the sons that they killed from Haman, put them niggas on the pole, man. You see, they were cut different, man. Our foremothers, hey, brother, hey, we got to gauge what we think of a woman. You got to really look at our foremothers. We got some examples, man. They were built different. They were down on a whole nother level, man. They was with the play. You see, they was about the nation on a whole nother level, man. There's a different cut. Okay, verse 14. So the king agreed, and the decree was announced in Susa, and they impaled the bodies of Haman's 10 sons. Then the Jews at Susa gathered together on March. With that date is off. Let me read this in the KJV. For the Jews that were in Shushan gathered themselves together on the 14th day also of the month Adar, and slew 300 men of Shushan. But on the prey they did not. But on the prey they laid not their hand. But the other Jews that were in the king's provinces gathered themselves together and stood for their lives, and had the rest, all right, and had rest from their enemies, and slew of their foes 70, all right, foes 70 and 5,000, but they laid not their hand on the prey. So now you see these numbers getting up there. Okay, that's 75,000 slew. Okay, on the 13th day of the month Adar, and on the 14th day of the same resting day, and made it a day of feasting and gladness. Okay, that's where you get, into Purim. But the Jews that were at Sasan assembled together on the 13th day thereof, and on the 14th day thereof, and on the 15th day of the same, all right, of the same day rested, and made it a day of feasting and gladness. Therefore the Jews of the villages that dwelt in unwalled towns made the 14th day of the month Adar a day of gladness and feasting, and a good day, and of sending portions one to another with sending gifts. And Mordecai wrote these things and sent letters unto all the Jews that were in the provinces of King Xerxes, both nigh and far, to establish this among them, that they should keep the 14th day of the month Adar, and the 15th day of the same year, as the days wherein the Jews rested from their enemies, and the month which was turned unto them from sorrow to joy, and from mourning into a good day, that they make them days, like that they should make them days of feasting and joy, and sending portions one to another, and gifts to the poor. Okay, and this what our high holy days was victory over the enemies, man. Praising the Lord for his goodness, man. Praising Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. Feasting to our power for his goodness and his mercy, man. Okay, the Passover, what we in now, because what we're in the feast of unleavened bread, okay, which represent what? The victory over Egypt, man. Okay, the deliverance of Egypt. Okay, the feast of dedication, man, the rededication of the temple and the defeat of Esau, Edom, all right, during the Greeks, man. Okay, and see, this is the vibration we was on as a people, man. We celebrated victories, man. Okay, Jake celebrate Independence Day when he was in slavery during Independence Day, man. That was Edomite. That's Esau. That's his so-called Independence Day, man. Okay, of these Americans. All right, there was once, under the British, okay, rule, which they still are, economically. Okay, when you go into the banks, you see, but they broke away, from the government and the military of the British, man. Okay, they had nothing to do with your independence, Jake. Nigga talking about Juneteenth. Nigga, you still in captivity. Okay, you just went from private ownership to corporate ownership. You was emancipated, transferred. Okay, niggas celebrating Easter, hiding eggs, which had nothing to do with a victory for you, man. Okay, Christmas, and then you look at these holidays that Jake celebrate. Shit, it work against them. It puts them in the financial bind, push more stress on them. They gotta try to work more hours. They got try to travel, do this and that. It just puts stress on you, man. Okay, off as hell, man. And it says, and the Jews undertook to do as they had begun, and Mordecai had written unto them, because of Haman the son of Hammedatha the Agagite, the enemy of all the Jews, had devised against the Jews to destroy them, and had cast pur, which is lots, that is the lot to consume them, and to destroy them. But when Esther came before the king, he commanded by letters that the wicked device which he devised against the Jews should return upon his own head, and that he and his sons should be hanged on gallows. Wherefore they called these the days Purim, after the name of Pur. Therefore all the words of this letter and all that which they had seen concerning this matter, and which had come unto them, the Jews ordained and took upon them and upon their seed and upon all such as joined themselves unto them, so as it should not fail that they would keep these 2 days according to their writing, and according to their appointed time every year, and that these days should be remembered and kept throughout every generation, every family, every province, every city, and that these days of Purim should not fail from among the Jews, nor the memorial of them perish from their seed. Okay, in which uh, brothers keep up with it. I know Purim be sometime in January. Sometime brothers, we can remember. We reverence it. Whether you and it's not mandated, because 2 things that are mandated now is the Passover and the Day of Atonement. Outside of that, if you can reverence these, we rehearsing the righteous acts. So if you are available, or if you are able, to reverence those days, there's nothing wrong with that. But you're not judged, if you don't, you know. But it's a thing of rehearsing the righteous acts. If you want to do that, there's nothing wrong with it. Okay, but you just can't look down on nobody that doesn't do it if you do it. The main 2 things of the Passover, going into Yahweh Shai, that sacrifice and the deliverance. Okay, and the Day of Atonement, is a day, of showing appreciation for the sacrifice of Yahweh Shai. A day of reflection to get better, reset in the spirit, and move on. All right. It says, and that these days should be remembered and kept throughout every generation. I read that. It says, the queen Esther, all right. It said, then Esther, the queen, the daughter of Abihail, and Mordecai the Jew, wrote with an author, all right, with all authority to confirm this second letter of Purim. And he sent, all right, the letters unto all the Jews, to the 127 princes, all right, provinces. Okay, it's like 127 states. It says, of the kingdom of Xerxes, with the words of peace and truth, to confirm these days of Purim and their times appointed, according as Mordecai the Jew and Esther the queen had joined them, and as they had decreed for themselves and for their seed the matters of fasting, all right, and their cry. It says, and the decree of Esther confirmed these matters of Purim, and it was written, all right, in the book. Okay, so you go into Purim, the word Purim or Pur, just to get it, goes into lots. Okay, for Ra, all right, which means lot or peace. Okay, lot or peace in the Hebrew is pawar. All right, pawar in the Hebrew. Okay, which goes into broken or lots. Okay, pieces. All right, something that will be divided up. Okay, and this is Esau has a lot. Okay, he's the man of sin, the son of perdition, son of destruction. Okay, he's a vessel. All right, a wrath, fitted for destruction. That's his lot. You go to Job 20, and we get the last few at the end. Okay, Job 20, and matter of fact, I will read 5, then I'll jump down. Job 20 and 5 said that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Okay, so we're seeing the triumph. We're in the triumph of Esau Edom, but it's short, especially compared to an eternal kingdom that we got. Okay, so we're seeing the Lord, all right, getting ready to end the triumph for the wicked. Okay, just as Haman, his short triumph, he had a short-lived triumph, man. Okay, verse 6, though his excellency mount up to the heaven and his heads reach unto the clouds, all right, which this man has this technology in space, it's like this man, has extended himself in the heavens, man, the atmosphere. Okay, he has militarized, the air, Air Force, and no other heathen nation was able to do that. Now we've been had the Air Force, the chariots. Okay, we been had that. All right, inside joke. You see, but amongst the heathen, Esau was the only one, to be able to militarize the air, and that was just for him, to have that war in heaven with Yahweh. That's his lot too, So he was allowed, to do that. Okay, just so he can meet Yahweh in the air. All right, and be obliterated. Okay, verse 7 said, yet he shall perish like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he? Okay, so it's when this man is removed from power, it's going to be like he never ruled. Okay, and when this man is finally eradicated out the earth, okay, it's going to be like he never existed. Okay, verse 8, it says, he shall fly as a dream. He shall fly away as a dream and shall not be found. Yeah, he shall be chased away as the vision of a night. Like a dream. Some you you can't remember. You probably can't remember. A dream. This morning. Like if you have a dream, you remember you forget so much of that dream when you wake up. Like then days go by, you don't even. How many dreams? All right, can we remember all the days that we've been living? How many dreams can we just really remember? Okay, and that's how Esau is going to be. The vision, he's going to be like a vision of the night. The scriptures speak about, when the Lord turned our captivity, it's going to be like us awaking from a dream. And as you go throughout your day, because you can have a vivid dream, but as you go throughout your day, you begin to forget that dream. And this captivity is like a vivid dream, that we're having, man. All right, but this day the Lord gonna make it to where, Esau is not gonna be remembered, like a vision, like a dream. Okay, it says that the eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither, all right, neither shall his place anymore behold him. All right, the position, the rank that he had in the earth, man. Okay. You see? And it says, I'm going to jump down. All right. Verse 23, it says, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain upon him while he is eating. Okay. And the Lord is going to destroy this whole system. All right. As he's, gets closer and closer to crowning his enterprise. When he's about to hit the play button, okay, on his New World Order enterprise, the Lord is going to come and destroy this man, destroy this whole system. Okay? With fire, and with power and fire from the chariots, man. All right? He says, he shall flee from the iron weapon, okay, and the bow of steel shall strike through him, man, those nukes. Okay? Hey, we're going to see, all right, that the script say the earth going to rail to and fro like a drunkard. That's going to be this man being judged. Okay? That's going to be the Lord intervening. Okay? It says, it is drawn and cometh out of the body. Yeah, the glittering sword cometh out of his galls. Terrors are upon him. All darkness shall be hid in his secret place. A fire not blown shall consume him. It shall go ill with him that is left, okay, in his tabernacle, man. Okay, it's finna be bad for Esau throughout the earth, man. And you Edomites in America are gonna get it the worst. Okay, and that glittering sword going back to those missiles, man, and also that fire from the chariots. Okay, those right aiming thunderbolts. Okay, so this man's empire It's finna be devoured by the second coming of Yahweh Shai. Okay? It says the heaven shall reveal his iniquity, the satellites, which, he's been exposed now. And the earth shall rise up against him. The increase of his house shall depart. Everything that this man has built up and stored up, all that wealth, just like Haman. And it was given, all right, to Esther, which, symbolically, that's, the transfer of the kingdom from one people to another. Okay, which Esther represents, Israel in the spirit. Okay, it says, the increase of his house shall depart, and his goods shall flow away in the day of his wrath. Okay, the day of the Lord's wrath. You see, this is the portion of a wicked man. Okay, this is his lot. You see, and the heritage appointed unto him by the Most High. So this the portion, okay, of Esau Edom. This his lot. Okay, you read that whole chapter. All right, everything that he's getting ready to go through, this is his portion. This is his inheritance. This is his lot. Okay, so you go back here. Let's get Esther 10, which I believe is just only a few chapters. Okay, yep. So you get Esther 10 and 1. It says, and the king, all right, Xerxes laid a tribute upon the land and upon the isles of the sea, and all the acts of his power and his might, and the declaration, okay, of the greatness of Mordecai, all right, whereunto the king advanced him, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the Kings, all right, of Media and Persia? For Mordecai the Jew was next unto King Cyrus, and grew among, all right, and great among the Jews, and accepted of the multitude of his brethren, seeking the wealth of his people, and speaking peace to all his seed, man. So Mordecai was second in command to King Xerxes, man. Just as Daniel was second in command, Joseph was second in command in Egypt. Okay? You see? And they did it with integrity and honor. They didn't have to sell out. Okay? They didn't have to scheme or gimmick. Nah, man, the Lord elevated them, man. Okay? And this time, we're not going to be under a heathen king. Nah, we're going to be, okay, those kings, okay, in the earth, man, under Yahweh Shai. Okay? And we can end there. Because this is our lot, man. Okay? Revelation 5. It wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be. Spirit flowed. Yep. Revelation 5 and 9. It says, and they sung a new song, all right, saying, thou art worthy to take the book and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain and redeemed, all right, and has redeemed us to the Most High by thy blood, which Yahweh Shai did, out of every kindred and tongue and people and nation. And that's everywhere where we're scattered. Because you go into this word kindred, it's speaking about Israelites. Okay? Because we were scattered throughout the earth. But as we been awakened to sing this new song and take a stand for righteousness, all right, and we're being gathered by this word, well, there's going to come a time of their deliverance. It says in the New Testament, all the persons descending from one of the 12 sons of the patriarch Jacob. Okay? So this kindred, all right, in Greek is phole, is speaking of the descendants of Jacob, man. Okay? And verse 10 lets you know, and the Most High has made and it has made us unto our power kings and priests, and we shall reign in the earth. Okay? Verse 10 in the NLT, Revelation 5 and 10, and you have caused them to become a kingdom of priests for our power, and they will reign in the earth, man. And that was only told to Israel. Okay? Let's get that. Exodus 19, that was only told to Israel, man. Okay? Exodus 19 and 5, it says, now therefore, if you will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine, and ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel. Okay, this is our lot. This is our portion to be kings and priests of the Most High God in the earth, man. It's gonna be forever. This is our lot, man. Okay, and the Lord gonna make good on His promises, man. All right, so yeah, that was the point. Okay, Lord will you brothers. All right, and you few sisters edified. All right, once again, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Kakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessing salutations, hopefully, Shalom.